Hey everyone, how's it going? So what am I working on now? Well, I got this 2003 Dodge Ram behind me with a 4.7, and a customer's complaint was that they were driving it around, no problems. They parked somewhere, they were there for about an hour, came back out, and they just had a click out of it when they tried to restart it. Click, 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 like a bad starter. So they came back to it a while later with another car, tried jump starting it. Same thing, click, click, click. They let the car sit overnight, and they tried it again, and this time it started. They were going to tow it in. This time it started, so they drove it in. All right, no big deal. So I go out to it, I start it up. Starts right up. Okay, no issues. So I start thinking, okay, I'm going to have to start checking this thing for a starter, but what do you actually check if it actually is starting each time? What can you check? Well, I had it running. I figured, let me get it hot. And all of a sudden I started smelling something. What was I smelling? I was smelling like a weird sweet smell. So I look out the mirror on the right side and I see some smoke. Like, that smells like a head gasket. Okay. So I pop the hood, I look underneath the hood, and the upper hose it's hard as a rock from pressure. Okay. So check this out. I took the cap off, I shut it down, I took the cap off very gently, because this thing was under a lot of pressure. But check this out. Here's the cooling system. Houston, we have a problem. That's a big problem. This thing has got something going on. I'm going to venture a head gasket or a cracked head or something. Look at that. That's nasty. See it actually dripping off of there. Now, these things with this type of a fill are notorious for getting condensation in them. A lot of people will mistake condensation for a blown head gasket. This was kind of a common issue, but not this bad. This is quite bad. Usually you'll have like a little bit of a white, milky substance there. Not like this. This is like coated. Now, I didn't check the oil yet. Let's see what the oil actually looks like. Oil looks okay. A little orangey to it, orange tinge, but whatever. But let me start it up. All I did so far was I took the cap off and I figured, all right, let me start it up and see what it does. I'm almost thinking that this thing hydrolocked, like coolant filled up the cylinders or a cylinder or something and temporarily hydrolocked it. I'm thinking, I don't know. But this is an issue. I'm looking at the cap or the purge tank right now, expansion tank, whatever you want to call it. You see that? See the steam coming off of that? That's a problem. That's obviously not normal. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get the block tester, and I'm going to wipe this thing out, and I'm going to do a block test on this, and let's see what that shows us. All right, let me go do that. Let me go get that stuff. All right, so here I got my leak detector kit. Remember on the Ford, it was inconclusive, didn't show anything. There's that. There's the fluid I got to use. There's all stuff you can get at Harbor Freight. Now let me clean this out, because you don't want to contaminate and get whatever this nastiness is. You don't want to get it into that tester, because it'll skew the readings. All right, there, I got that wiped out. You don't have to go bananas, but it's wiped out enough. I mean, look, that's just disgusting, whatever that is in there. I don't know if somebody's been adding something to this, but that's nasty. I mean, it looks like the radiator's not that old. It doesn't look that old. It's not brand new, but it definitely doesn't look old. All right, so now with this stuff, you got to pour this in there up to that line, and that's when we're going to do the test. So let me add that to it, and then let's start the vehicle. All right, so I got the tester set, and you see that I got the fluid in there. So now, let's just start it up. I've actually seen them where they're so bad, and they pump air into the system right away, or combustion into the system right away, that it actually starts to percolate the tester on its own and make it change. Obviously, this one's not doing that. Let's see if we get a change here. Yep. See it? Alright, we got combustion in the cooling system. So, we're done. We're not worried about a starter at this point. Yeah, so that's it. This one's done for. And like I said, I was getting some smoke out of the tailpipe. I mean, it was very mild, but I could smell it. I don't see anything right at the moment. But then again, the cooling system was under extreme pressure. Let me just put the cap on. Maybe it'll start doing it. Plus, actually, here, I want to show you one thing real quick if it does it. Let's see. Judging by that, I think it might. Let me just put the tester down here somewhere safe. Let me put the cap on here. See, now, somebody put a radiator in this thing. Like I said, it wasn't that old. But look at the cap. Whenever you do a radiator, put a cap on it. Caps are what, 10 bucks? It's good insurance. So right now, see, I could squeeze that hose. So there's no pressure in there. But now, let's rev it up and see what happens. I'm gonna hold it up right about there. Let's do that for a minute, and then let's check the hose to see if there's any pressure in it. A lot of times, I don't know if I mentioned this with the Ford Fusion video, what I'll do is I'll start a car up cold and blast it down the street. Full throttle, down the street. Like an eighth of a mile, turn around, eighth of a mile back, full throttle. If all of a sudden the cooling system is under pressure, you got a problem. It shouldn't do that on its own. You get pressure in the cooling system from the expansion of the coolant from heat. It's not supposed to do that. Not that quickly, at least. So, all right, let's try this now. Yeah, it's got pressure in it. I can still squeeze it, but it's got pressure in it. And now let's just see if we got anything out the tailpipe, just out of curiosity. Yeah, there we go. And the sweet smell is coming through. All right, well, I just thought that was interesting. I'm glad I could actually show you the block test actually working like it's supposed to. So, yeah, so that's it. I'm not going to bother with a starter on this because, like I said, I believe that the motor might have hydrolocked from coolant. Why it's not in the oil? I mean, it could be just a small enough amount. Who knows? But 4.7s, I think they're more, yeah. I've seen a few of them blow head gaskets. I'm actually surprised this doesn't have a check engine light on. Maybe it doesn't, I didn't see it. No check engine light. Usually they would set a misfire code. But it seems like it's running pretty good. So, who knows, but that's going to be it for now. This thing's got 184,000 on it. So, all right, if you're getting something out of my videos, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. Just had lunch, indigestion. Anyway, so if you're getting something out of my videos, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. All right, guys, have a great day. Oh, tell your friends to subscribe too. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye. Keep wrenching.